Yeah. 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 Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the counter.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Butt formation. Come on, boys, come on. Hey, number 8's coming.
Jackson from the shotgun. This will be caught by Brown. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 10. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 47-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Gun, Brissett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know the fans are thinking right now, I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Watch 35, watch 35.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 49-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Let's go. 60 yard. Check 41. Watch the run.
He may try and run for this. On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. An excellent pickup at 34 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Let's go.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. From the gun, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. A nice run on 1st down gets him 6 yards to the 31. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Check, 59. Danny. Race on. Come on. That's it.
They just get the play off. Now Brissett. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Let's go now. 30 base.
59. Mike the 59.
Chopper. Hey, Haywood.
59. Mike 59. I'm not ready. Mike, check. 59. Watch the screen.
Hey, seam 6.
Mike 5'9. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
5.
Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. Completes it to Samuel. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
They'll run on first down. Richard. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 41, Bortles. It's a screen to Richard. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third.
Hey, wahoo!
Check, 59.
Shoot out.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 42.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Hey, box truck. Shoot.
Bortles now on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Brian Grant, the intended target, but it's going to be second down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Hey, Sam off. Be good.
Play action. Now it's Bortles. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 11. Now a run with Edwards. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now it's Edwards. And an alley to run. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 28-yard line.
So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
36. Check 24. Check 24.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
12 more yards there and another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here's Jackson operating from the gun. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Way back at the 17 now after the loss. It's 3rd and goal.
Sponge.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Bortles. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Exit.
From the gun, it's Bortles. It's complete to Grant. down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Five.
From just shy of midfield, Bortles, and that's complete to Jesse James. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Bortles now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
You must be check. Go.
Bortles. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They come up first and 10 at the 16. To throw is Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
You better be, hey, Echo. Mike, snap.
Throwing again on second down. Bortles. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jacobs. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Bravo. Ready?
Bortles now to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players than football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Bortles toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up, for the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Jackson now off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception as the Ravens push further out in front. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Rock it. Let's go.
Now Bortles. James has got it, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Hey, Charlie!
To throw again on 2nd down. Bortles steps away to his left. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Bortles. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Throwing is Bortles. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Deebo Samuel, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go for verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. From the 29, Bortles. The pass complete to Ryan Graham. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Bortles now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10. Throwing now is Bortles. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bortles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here we go, here we go. 90, Wolf. Bam, bam. Watch the screen. Go, go. You got time up there. Keep him, keep him.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, his first touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover two because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Don't let 89 go deep. All day. All day.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
But no takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This will be taken in at the 1. Yeah, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Brought in over the middle by Graham. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Bortles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Bortles to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Hey, high 7. Let's go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bortles. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. 3rd down here.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch the safety creep.
Hard. Get it.
To throw, it's Bortles. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
And the Raider 1st down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
It's just me and you.
Bortles will try again on second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Bortles going to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the 4-yard line.
Here we go. Get the flag. What we got? Mike 35. Mike 35.
From the gun, Jackson. It's caught by Aguilar. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Vaughn. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A big play that time for the Ravens. 44 yards. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Ravens push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Next to score, Ravens 34, Raiders 10.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Bortles. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
To throw is Bortles. It's a screen to Richard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going to...
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From midfield, here's Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Grant. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Go, Jack,
Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Bortles. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Again, it's Bortles. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 21-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, watch it. 22, jet, follow. 22, jet, follow. Back.
Here's Jackson to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Here we go, D. Here I come.
On 1st down, Edwards. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Mike, 56. Let's go.
Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On the counter, it's Edwards. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Cleveland Farrell make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now the pass to Grant, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
First down, Raiders.
Got it. Look, squeeze. Drop deep. Get it ready.
Bortles now on first down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the Raiders first down.
Hey, Steve 6.
Bortles now on first down. James has got it, complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now Bortles again. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a one-score game with a two-point conversion. Bortles now to throw. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Here I come again.
They'll look to run with Edwards. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, I know at points of this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Ravens, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Oakland, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.